There's a truth about aging that many of us don't want to face. We think we can continue doing everything we did in our 30s and 40s without consequences, but our bodies are not the same, and ignoring this fact can have quietly devastating consequences. As we age, every system in our body undergoes profound changes. The heart doesn't pump blood as effectively, arteries harden, our metabolism slows, and our muscles lose strength. Yet many seniors continue as if nothing has changed, engaging in activities that put tremendous strain on their aging bodies. One of the most overlooked and sometimes uncomfortable topics is sexual activity in later life. Intimacy is a beautiful part of the human experience. It strengthens relationships, boosts mood, and even has some health benefits. But after age 60 or 65, it can also be dangerous if approached carelessly, especially for people with hidden heart conditions, high blood pressure, or diabetes. Here's why: sexual activity is in many ways a form of physical exercise. It gets your heart rate and blood pressure up quickly. For a healthy young person, this isn't a problem. But for someone over 60 with partially blocked arteries or an enlarged heart, this sudden increase can trigger serious events such as a heart attack or stroke. Studies published by the American Heart Association show that many seniors underestimate the stress sexual activity puts on their cardiovascular system. In fact, research shows that people who don't have diagnosed coronary artery disease have a threefold increased risk of heart events during intense physical activity like sex. This doesn't mean intimacy should stop, it simply means it should be approached sensibly and safely. Here are some scientifically backed tips for maintaining intimacy without putting your health at risk. Get a full heart checkup. If you experience shortness of breath, chest pain, or extreme fatigue during activity, don't ignore it. These are early warning signs that your heart is hurting. Your doctor can do simple tests to determine if your heart is strong enough for sexual activity. Timing is of the essence. Avoid intimacy right after a heavy meal, drinking alcohol, or when you're under a lot of stress. These factors put extra strain on your cardiovascular system. Choose positions wisely. It may seem personal, but certain positions are less physically demanding and safer for those with limited mobility or heart problems. Talk openly with your partner about comfort and safety. Manage medications carefully. Many seniors take medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or erectile dysfunction. Some compounds can dangerously lower blood pressure or cause irregular heartbeats. Always consult your doctor before combining medications with sexual activity. In addition to heart health, there are other risks associated with sexual activity after age 60. Immunity naturally weakens with age, making seniors more vulnerable to infections, including sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Surprisingly, STI rates have increased significantly among adults over age 60 over the past decade, largely because this age group often doesn't perceive themselves as at risk. Simple preventive measures like open communication, routine screenings, and protection are crucial. Now, let's dig even deeper: the emotional and psychological aspects. Intimacy isn't just a physical act, it's about connection, love, and pleasure. But when health risks are ignored, it can lead to anxiety and even guilt. Many seniors feel embarrassed discussing these issues with their partners or doctors. Yet silence can be far more dangerous than honesty. If you take only one thing from this section, let it be this: intimacy in later life is absolutely possible, but it should be approached with awareness and caution. Listen to your body, respect its boundaries, protect your heart, both verbally and emotionally. As a wise doctor once said, the goal is not to stop life, the goal is to live wisely, so that you can love, laugh, and be connected for many years to come. Imagine this for a moment. A house begins to show small cracks in its walls. You notice a tiny leak in the roof, a faint smell of gas from the stove. You tell yourself, it's nothing serious. Days turn into months, and one day the roof caves in, or worse, the house catches fire. Our bodies work the same way. As we age, the warning signs of disease often appear quietly, almost whispering at first. A little shortness of breath when climbing stairs, a sharp pain that comes and goes, trouble remembering where you put your keys, occasional numbness in the hands or feet. Many seniors ignore these signals, dismissing them as just getting old, but aging itself isn't the problem. The problem is unaddressed medical conditions that are silently growing stronger every day. Here's the difficult truth. By the time symptoms become severe, many diseases have already advanced to dangerous levels. This is especially true for heart disease, diabetes, stroke, kidney failure, and certain cancers. According to a report by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), nearly 80% of adults over 65 have at least one chronic condition, and 68% have two or more. Most of these conditions start silently, with symptoms so mild that they're easy to overlook. Let's take heart disease as an example. Your arteries don't clog overnight. They slowly fill with plaque over decades, restricting blood flow. The first clue might be occasional dizziness, fatigue, or a feeling of heaviness in the chest. Too many seniors think, "It's nothing, maybe I'm just tired." The next episode might be a full-blown heart attack, or consider type 2 diabetes, which is extremely common after age 60. The earliest signs, such as frequent urination, excessive thirst, or blurry vision, are often dismissed. But during this silent stage, high blood sugar is already damaging the eyes, nerves, kidneys, and heart. By the time it's diagnosed, much of that damage is permanent. Even neurological conditions like dementia and Parkinson's disease begin subtly. Forgetting a recent conversation, feeling unusually stiff, or noticing changes in mood might seem harmless. But early detection can slow progression dramatically with medication, therapy, and lifestyle changes. Why seniors ignore warning signs? There are three main reasons this happens. Fear. Many seniors are afraid of bad news. They'd rather not know, thinking ignorance equals safety. Normalizing symptoms, they convince themselves that pain, fatigue, or memory loss is simply old age. Lack of routine care. Some haven't seen a doctor in years, either because of financial concerns or a belief they don't need regular checkups. But here's the empowering truth. The earlier a condition is caught, the more options you have to reverse or control it. Modern medicine has made incredible progress. Many diseases that once seemed like death sentences are now manageable if treated early. Practical steps for early detection: annual comprehensive checkup. This is non-negotiable. A full physical exam, including blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and kidney function tests, is essential after age 60. Pay attention to subtle changes. Keep a small journal to note patterns. Are you more tired than usual? Do you feel dizzy when standing? Has your sleep or mood shifted suddenly? These clues help doctors see the bigger picture. Don't self-diagnose with the internet. While online resources are helpful, only a medical professional can truly evaluate your condition. Ask questions without shame. Whether it's about sexual health, mental health, or bowel habits, no topic is off limits when it comes to your well-being. The cost of delay. Let me share a real-world example. A patient in his early 70s came to the hospital complaining of fatigue and mild chest discomfort that had been happening for weeks. He assumed it was indigestion, or maybe just aging. Tests revealed he was on the verge of a massive heart attack. His arteries were almost completely blocked. Had he come in earlier, a simple medication adjustment might have prevented surgery. This story is not rare. Every day, thousands of seniors face crises that could have been avoided through early detection and routine care. The mindset shift. The key is shifting from reactive health care to proactive health care. Instead of waiting for illness to strike, take charge of your body like a skilled pilot monitors a plane. Your body is constantly communicating with you. A new pain, a strange sensation, a sudden weight change. These are signals, not inconveniences. Think of it this way: your body speaks quietly at first. If you don't listen, it will eventually start shouting. The takeaway: ignoring warning signs is one of the most dangerous habits seniors can fall into. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with vitality, clarity, and independence. By staying alert and proactive, you can prevent small cracks from becoming disasters. You can continue to do the things you love, spend quality time with family, and enjoy your golden years with peace of mind. So from this moment forward, make a promise to yourself, I will listen to my body and I will take action before it's too late. There's a silent thief who steals from you every single night, and most people don't even realize it's happening. It doesn't steal your money or possessions. It steals something far more valuable, your clarity, your memory, your health. As we age, many of us start to view sleep as optional, something we can cut short to watch another episode of TV, scroll through our phones, or fret all night. But for seniors, quality sleep isn't just about rest, it's about survival. Researchers have discovered that deep sleep is like a nighttime reset button for the brain and body. When you sleep, your brain goes through a powerful cleansing process, flushing out toxins and waste products that have accumulated during the day. One of these toxins is beta amyloid, a protein strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. When seniors without enough deep sleep, beta amyloid and other harmful proteins build up, increasing the risk of memory loss, confusion, and cognitive decline. In fact, a large study published in Nature Neuroscience found that people over the age of 60 who consistently sleep less than 6 hours per night have a 30% higher risk of developing dementia over the next decade than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. The impact of poor sleep on the body, lack of sleep affects more than just memory. It creates a ripple effect throughout the body, weakened immune system. When you don't sleep well, your body produces fewer white blood cells, which makes you more vulnerable to infections like pneumonia and the flu. High blood pressure and heart stress. Lack of sleep increases stress hormones like cortisol, which tightens blood vessels and increases the risk of heart attack or stroke. Blood sugar imbalances. Insufficient sleep interferes with how your body processes glucose, making it harder to control type 2 diabetes. Muscle loss and slow healing. Growth hormone, which repairs tissue and builds muscle, is released during deep sleep. Without it, the body weakens more quickly. Why sleep becomes harder as we age. Many seniors notice that their sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented over time. This happens for several reasons. Changes in melatonin production. Melatonin, a hormone that regulates the sleep cycle, naturally decreases with age. Increased bathroom trips at night. A weak bladder and some medications can disrupt deep sleep. Chronic pain, arthritis, back problems, and other conditions can make it difficult to get a good night's rest. Mental stress or anxiety. Worries about health, family, or finances can keep your mind racing at bedtime. Medications. Some medications, including blood pressure medications or antidepressants, interfere with your natural sleep rhythm. The good news is that while these challenges are common, but they are not permanent. With the right strategies, seniors can restore restful, healing sleep. Simple science-backed steps to improve sleep. Think of these as your personal sleep prescription. Stick to a consistent schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps reset your body clock. Create a calming bedtime routine. Read a book, listen to soft music, or practice deep breathing. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, because blue light forces your brain to stay awake. Cool, dark, and quiet environment. Keep your bedroom temperature slightly cooler and use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. Limit caffeine and alcohol. Both can disrupt deep sleep, especially when consumed in the afternoon or evening. Address pain and medical issues. Talk to your doctor about solutions for chronic pain, restless legs, or frequent urination. Consider light therapy. Morning sunlight or a light therapy box can help regulate melatonin levels. Limit naps. If you nap during the day, keep them to less than 30 minutes and avoid sleeping late in the afternoon. The emotional connection between sleep and aging. Sleep doesn't just heal the body, it heals the mind too. During REM sleep, the stage where we dream, the brain processes emotions, reducing stress and anxiety. When seniors miss this important stage, they are more prone to depression, mood swings, and even feelings of hopelessness. Have you ever noticed that everything feels worse after a poor night's sleep? Problems seem bigger, pain feels sharper, relationships feel more strained. That's because a tired brain struggles to regulate emotions, On the other hand, a well-rested mind is resilient, hopeful, and focused. Good sleep helps seniors face challenges with clarity and calm. A real-life story. One of my patients, an active 68-year-old woman, came to me complaining of constant brain fog and fatigue. She was concerned that she might be suffering from early dementia. We discovered that the real culprit was severe sleep apnea, a condition where the brain loses energy during sleep. ANS stops frequently. After starting treatment with a CPAP machine, her energy returned, her mood lifted, and her memory improved. Picture a strong, vibrant tree in the middle of a lush forest. Its roots are deep, its branches reach skyward. Now imagine what would happen if that tree stopped getting sunlight and water. Over time, its roots would weaken, its trunk would break, and eventually, when we stop our muscles from growing taller, it wouldn't be able to stand at all. As we age, our muscles naturally begin to shrink and weaken, a process called sarcopenia. This decline occurs more rapidly after age 60. In fact, research from the National Institute on Aging shows that adults over age 60 lose 8% of their muscle mass every decade if they don't actively work to maintain it. Here's the scary part. Most people don't realize it. They may think, I'm a little sluggish these days, or I don't have as much energy as I used to, but behind the scenes, something more serious is going on. Your muscles aren't just for strength. They're vital organs that play a role in your metabolism, immune system, and overall health. When you lose too much muscle, your balance is affected, increasing your risk of falls and fractures. Your metabolism slows down, making it easier to gain dangerous belly fat. Your blood sugar becomes harder to control, increasing your risk of diabetes. Your bones weaken, because strong muscles are needed to keep bones healthy. Everyday activities, like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even getting up from a chair, become tiring. That's why doctors sometimes call sarcopenia the hidden epidemic of aging. It creeps up quietly, but its consequences can be devastating. Studies show that seniors who lose a lot of muscle are twice as likely to become disabled, hospitalized, or even die early. Why sitting accelerates muscle loss? Our modern lifestyle exacerbates this problem. Many seniors spend long hours sitting watching TV, reading, or scrolling on their phones. Sitting for long periods of time sends a signal to the body that says these muscles are no longer needed. In response, the body begins to break them down more quickly. Think about it. Our ancestors spent their days walking, lifting, and constantly using their muscles. Today, inactivity has become one of the biggest risks to senior health. Even a 30-minute brisk walk can dramatically reduce the harmful effects of sitting. Movement literally works like medicine for aging muscles, rebuilding strength safely. The good news is that sarcopenia is not inevitable. No matter your age, you can rebuild muscle, improve balance, and restore vitality. Here's how: strength training. This is the single most effective way to reverse muscle loss. Start with easy, safe exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, or lifting light weights. Aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week, giving your muscles time to rest and recover. If possible, work with a physical therapist or trainer who specializes in senior fitness. A high-protein diet. Muscles need protein to grow. Seniors should aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Great sources include eggs, fish, lean meats, beans, and Greek yogurt. If chewing is difficult, smoothies or protein shakes can help. Vitamin D and calcium. These nutrients are important for strong muscles and bones. A simple blood test can tell if you are deficient in vitamin D. Sunlight, fortified foods, and supplements are good sources. Balance exercises to prevent falls. Practice activities like standing on one leg or light yoga. Tai Chi is especially effective for improving coordination and stability. A real-life transformation. One of my patients, a 74-year-old man, came to me after 2 minor falls in the same month. He said to me, "Doc, I feel like I'm going crazy. I used to be very active, and now walking to the mailbox makes me nervous. We started him on a simple routine, 10-minute walks, twice a day, plus light resistance exercises using resistance bands. At first, he struggled. But within 3 months, he was walking briskly for 30 minutes and performing daily tasks with confidence again. It's like someone turned back the clock on my life, he later told me. This story proves that it's never too late to rebuild strength and independence. The emotional side of muscle loss, sarcopenia, doesn't just affect the body, it affects the mind and spirit. When seniors lose their strength, they often feel less capable, less independent, and even less optimistic. This can lead to a cycle of depression and further inactivity, which then accelerates muscle loss even more. But every small step toward movement sends a powerful message to the brain: I'm still strong, I'm still capable, I'm still alive. The takeaway: your muscles aren't just about appearance, they're about your life. Do what you love. Remember this: every step you take, every weight you lift, every stretch you perform, you are adding days, months, and even years to your life. So don't let inactivity steal your strength. Start today, no matter how small. Your future self will thank you. Think of your body as a finely tuned engine. The food you eat is like fuel, carefully designed to keep that engine running smoothly. But what happens if you put too much fuel in the tank, or the wrong type of fuel altogether? The engine doesn't just slow down, it starts to break down. As we age, our bodies process food differently. Metabolism slows, hormones shift, and muscle mass decreases. This means that overeating, even in small amounts, has a much greater impact than when you were younger. Unfortunately, many seniors don't realize this. They continue to eat the same portions they ate in their 40s or 50s, not realizing that their bodies now need fewer calories, but more nutrients. The result? Rapid weight gain around the stomach and waist, which increases the risk of heart disease and diabetes. Extra pressure on the joints, accelerating arthritis and mobility problems. A sluggish digestive system, which causes bloating, constipation, and discomfort. High blood sugar spikes, which damage nerves and blood vessels. But there's another silent danger lurking in plain sight: vitamin and supplement overuse. The hidden danger of too much vitamins. We've all heard that taking vitamins is good for you, and in many cases, it is. But here's what most people don't know: too much of some vitamins can be just as dangerous. For example, vitamin A in high doses, it can damage the liver, break bones, and even cause dizziness or confusion. Vitamin D, vitamin C, essential for bone health, but too much can raise blood calcium levels, which can lead to kidney stones and heart problems. Vitamin A, often marketed as an anti-aging vitamin, but high doses increase the risk of stroke and bleeding disorders. Iron and dose, vital for energy, but too much iron can damage organs and dramatically increase the risk of heart disease. The problem is that many seniors self-prescribe supplements, taking a handful of pills a day without some combine prescription medications with over-the-counter vitamins, unknowingly creating dangerous interactions. A 2024 study in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine found that 28% of seniors were taking unsafe combinations of supplements and medications. Why seniors are at higher risk? As we age, the liver and kidneys, our body's main detox organs, become less efficient. This means that excess vitamins and minerals build up more easily, reaching toxic levels much more quickly than they would in younger adults. Even seemingly harmless supplements can be dangerous in these situations. That's why doctors emphasize, just because it's natural doesn't mean it's safe. The overeating trap. Overeating doesn't just cause weight gain, it also affects your brain and hormones. When you consistently eat more than your body needs, your cells become less sensitive to insulin, which can lead to diabetes and prediabetes. Excess calories also cause inflammation throughout the body, which increases the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia, heart disease. Cancer, chronic pain conditions. The real danger is emotional eating. Many seniors turn to food for comfort when they feel lonely, bored, or anxious. This makes sense, but it creates a cycle where overeating leads to guilt, which then fuels overeating. Practical solutions. The good news is that with a few simple strategies, you can regain control of your health. 1. Seek professional guidance. Always consult your doctor before starting or changing supplements. Bring a complete list of everything you take, vitamins, herbs, and medications, to every appointment. 2. Simplify your supplement routine. Focus on quality, not quantity. In many cases, a well-balanced multivitamin is safer than multiple high-dose individual pills. 3. Practice mindful eating. Eat slowly, paying attention to your hunger cues. Use smaller plates to naturally reduce portion sizes. Avoid eating while watching TV or scrolling through your phone, as this can lead to unconscious overeating. 4. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods. Fill your plate with vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains. Limit processed foods, high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. 5. Drink water before meals. This simple habit helps prevent overeating and improves digestion. A real-life cautionary tale. A woman named Linda, who was 72 years old, came to me after experiencing persistent fatigue, headaches, and stomach pain. She became convinced that she had a serious illness. After reviewing her daily routine, I discovered that she was taking 14 different supplements, including 3 separate vitamin D pills. Her blood work revealed dangerously high calcium levels, which were putting a strain on her kidneys and heart. We simplified her supplement plan, focusing only on what her body really needed. A nutrient can cause problems, but too much can be just as harmful, sometimes even more so. Overeating and excessive supplementation create a hidden storm inside your body, silently damaging organs and accelerating aging. The key is moderation and awareness. With mindful eating, proper medical guidance, and a focus on nutrient-rich foods, you can protect your body and thrive well into your golden years. Remember this: health isn't about how much you add to your life, it's about creating balance and harmony within the body you already have. Imagine charging your phone only half charged every night. In the morning it works for a while, but by midday, it's dangerously low. Now imagine doing that day after day. Eventually the battery dies completely. That's exactly what happens to your body and mind when you don't get deep, restful sleep. Sleep isn't just rest. It's a biological repair system, essential for healing, memory, and hormone balance. Yet, millions of seniors either ignore sleep problems or consider them just part of getting older. This mindset is dangerous because poor sleep is directly linked to nearly every major disease associated with aging, including Alzheimer's and dementia, heart disease, stroke, obesity, and diabetes. Depression and anxiety weakened immune function. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging Research found that adults over the age of 65 who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 40% more likely to experience cognitive decline than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. The hidden cost of sleep deficiency. When you don't sleep well, your body doesn't have time to repair itself. Here's what happens behind the scenes. Brain toxins build up. During deep sleep, your brain uses a unique cleanup system called the glymphatic system to flush out toxins, including those linked to Alzheimer's. Without enough deep sleep, these toxins build up, damaging brain cells. Hormones become out of balance. Poor sleep increases cortisol, the stress hormone, while decreasing growth hormone, which is essential for tissue repair and muscle health. This makes it harder to lose weight, control blood sugar, and stay energized. The immune system weakens. Even one night of poor sleep can reduce immune function by up to 70%, making you more vulnerable to infection. Heart health suffers. Chronic sleep deprivation increases blood pressure and inflammation, 2 major risk factors for heart attack and stroke. Stress, the silent aggressor. If poor sleep is like draining your battery, stress is like running heavy apps in the background all the time. Chronic stress keeps your body stuck in fight or flight mode, which releases adrenaline and cortisol non-stop. Over time, it damages blood vessels, weakens the heart, increases belly fat, suppresses the immune system, accelerates cognitive decline. This is why stress and poor sleep feed each other in a vicious cycle. You feel stressed, so you can't sleep. You can't sleep, so your stress hormones spike even higher. Why are seniors more vulnerable? Many seniors face unique challenges that disrupt sleep and increase stress. Medications that interfere with the natural sleep cycle, arthritis or chronic pain from injuries, loneliness and anxiety about health, finances, or family, physical changes in the brain that make it difficult to reach deep sleep stages. Unfortunately, instead of addressing the underlying cause, some people turn to sleeping pills or alcohol, which only mask the problem and create new health risks. Steps to improve sleep and manage stress, naturally. The good news is that even small changes can dramatically improve sleep quality and reduce stress. 1. Establish a consistent bedtime routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your body's internal clock to sleep better. 2. Limit screens before bed. The blue light from phones and TVs disrupts melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. Switch to reading a book or listening to calming music instead. 3. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. A room temperature of 65-68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18-20 degrees Celsius, is ideal for deep sleep. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out light. 4. Practice relaxation techniques. Gentle breathing exercises, meditation or prayer, can reduce stress hormones and prepare your body for rest. Even 5 minutes before bed can make a big difference. 5. Exercise during the day. Light physical activity, such as walking or Tai Chi, helps regulate your body's sleep-wake cycle. Avoid strenuous exercise too close to bedtime. 6. Relieve underlying stress. Talk to friends, family, or a counselor about your worries. Journaling before bed can also help clear your mind. A story of renewal. I once worked with a 68-year-old woman named Karen, who hadn't slept through the night in over a decade. She described her nights as a battlefield of tossing, turning, and anxiety. Her health was rapidly declining. She was gaining weight. Her blood pressure was rising, and she was feeling like a shadow of her former self. We started with simple steps: turning off her phone an hour before bed, practicing gentle breathing exercises, and using a journal to release her nighttime worries. After 3 weeks, Karen experienced her first full night of deep restorative sleep. 3 months later, her health and longevity. When you prioritize them, every system in your body begins to heal and thrive. When you neglect them, even the best diet and exercise plan will fail. As the ancient saying goes, rest is not idleness, it is the foundation upon which vitality is built.